Hello, let's play Symble. As always, I start with Blaze. All right, today we get two red drops here. So my assumption, I make certain assumptions in Symble until proven wrong, and because those assumptions are most of the time going to be correct. So two assumptions come to play here. One is in our opening guess, the most common symbol is going to be our not in the word symbol. And then the second assumption is I included the Z in Blaze for the express purpose of assuming there is no Z in the word. And we can utilize that by saying, well, if green was the in place, then we'd have to be AZ. And that's just very unlikely. And so these are probably the out of place. Now, the way out of place works in Symble is it means a different letter in our guess goes there. So we could do, for example, an LA here. Like the A could still be used, just in a different spot. I think maybe, I don't know, is there an EA word I can do? Stead, maybe? Let's try that. So what this does is we don't use, in these slots, the not in the word slot means none of the letters in my word go there. So the first, second, and fifth slot, I have to put a new letter into, one that I haven't used in Blaze. And then these two slots, I need one of the letters from Blaze each, but not the A or the Z in these specific spots. So stead does work. All right, so we got the red teardrop again, which means almost certain, it means that we're guaranteed, since this was the red teardrop twice, and we're assuming that's the out of place, which is almost guaranteed at this point. It means that a letter we used in Blaze and a letter we used instead goes there, but not the A, because if it was the A, it would be the in place letter. And so it has to be the E. And our first letter is a T or a D. We know it's not the A because this, if there was an A in this slot, it would have been a red teardrop here too, because we used an A in Blaze. So our first letter is going to be a T or a D only. It's not the S because it's not in place. And so I'm going to assume it's the T until proven otherwise. T is just a more common letter. So we want a T there and an E there. It could be an ER word. So why don't I go for something like timer? All right, so this is a new symbol, and we're going to assume that because we were correct about these other ones, that these red circles are going to be the in place. And so that means the T, E, and R are correct. And so we're in the ER trap here. Let's try toner, maybe. All right, luckily we get a lot of guesses because these traps are nasty, even in regular mode, or regular Wordle. So is it going to be another E? No, it's not going to be another E. We know that for sure because the out of place symbol prefers the leftmost version of that letter. So if there was supposed to be an E here, then in both Blaze and Stead, we'd get the red teardrop in this second slot, not in the fourth slot. So we know it doesn't repeat the E here, or because the clues would have been different. So it's got to be the U, or it's not a vowel at all. Tuber is gone. There's no B. Tuper. I don't think this is a word. So it could be like TY maybe, or TH. But I don't know what I'd put there. Like there's no I, so it's not gonna be there like that. TW? Like what are we putting here? Huh. Okay, I gotta think. Maybe I missed a TU. Tufer, Tuger, Tuker, Tuper. I don't think so. Tuver, Tuxer. All right, we know it's not an E. Let me look at Y again. Typer, like someone who typed. That would be a typist. But if it accepts typer, maybe that helps. It doesn't even accept it. The word is typist, not typer. Someone who types is a typist. Is there another word? I'm not seeing it. Wow, what is this? We're not doing TR. TQ, no. TW, there are TW words, but not like this. TY we looked at, TU we looked at, not P, not F, not G, not H, J. Well, maybe H. We can look at H again. I just don't know what we would put here. J, K, X, C, V. I feel like it's got to be U or Y or W or H. Those are the options. Is something like tuper a word? Like if I can get something to lock in, that might help. Tuver. I don't know. I don't really want to do a filler. But I could show you how to do symbol fillers, I suppose. Because you gotta be careful with your fillers in Symble that you don't confuse. And you can do really powerful fillers. So I'm wondering if there's a U or a Y. And so what I want to do is, like, if I were just to guess like something like a U first and a Y at the end for whatever reason, then I would end up with an out of place symbol second. Assuming the second letter has to be a U or Y, I'd end up with an out of place symbol second, and it wouldn't know whether it was the U or the Y that was meant to go second. So the better thing to do is to put one of them in place and one of them out of place. So we could do a UY word like this. And then we could also, we're suspecting something like an H maybe or a W. So if I could do, but the problem is we don't want to include that right now, because if I include an H, then suddenly now again, the out of place symbol, I wouldn't know if it was the H or the Y. So it's actually better to think about what this middle letter might be and put one here and one somewhere else if we can. But I don't know what the middle letter is going to be. So we'll just target common letters. So what if I do like a PU and then like if I do puffy or something like that, it's not amazing, but it'll tell me if there's a U or a Y in the word. So let's just go with puffy. All right, so it is TU and then ER. And I'm just missing what this is. Can I repeat a letter? I could repeat the T. Tutor, though, isn't a word. I can't repeat. Oh, I could repeat the R because I only ever tried R. Turer isn't a word, though, so it's not a repeat. And I can't put the E there. I mean, we already know from Stead that that's not there. I'm just going to try them all. Tour, tuger, tuher, tuger. What am I missing here? Tuker, tuxer, tuser, tuver. I must be missing a clue here. Oh, I am. This entire time I've been missing that there we had an out of place symbol in blaze. So it actually has to be tuber. It's been tuber the whole time, which I rejected because I thought there wasn't a B. But actually this whole time I've been not doing the right letter here. I needed to use a letter from blaze there. Oh, shoot. Okay, that was a horrible solve. I mean, I talked about some really good logic while at the same time ignoring the obvious. All right. Well, at least I showed you how to do fillers. All right. Anyway, how'd you do?